Hello, children. So, we're going to do another statistics video on this world-class arm wrestler. Not this one with these goofy shenanigans. We will be doing Mr. Oleg Petrenko. I have no idea who that guy was praying for. All right. So, Oleg Petrenko, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through some of his statistics, then we'll show some video clips. So if you are a big fan of him, or if you are just studying to beat him, either way, there will be something for everybody. And if you're not careful, you just might learn something. I guess I should know. Oh, there we go. Okay, Oleg Petrenko. Now, he has had 5 East vs. West super matches and 1 King of the Table. So, as far as super matches go, and he was champ at the 105 weight classes. But in super matches, he is 4 wins, 2 losses. Okay? So, you know, he's doubling his losses. The thing is, his losses are pretty good, all right? Petrenko's a pretty good boy. His losses are to Lorette and Brzezinski. So if your only losses are to one of the current best all-time arm wrestlers in the world and the best all-time arm wrestler in the world, you're doing pretty good. Let's see. Let's get ready for my graphics, people. All right, 4-2, boom, boom. Lose, win. So there we are. Ding, 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 ding. All right. What happens more often than not, out of these 6 super matches, 5 were blowouts, meaning somebody has a score of 0. As far as blowouts go, he went 3 wins, 2 losses. So that's 5 out of 6 blowouts. And he was 3 for 2. Remember when we did Irakli? Irakli was 10 of 13. So blowouts are very common, all right? If people are trying to start making predictions for arm wrestling matches, as soon as they start giving scores, 3-1, 3-2, 4-1, blah, blah, they're just trying to fill up time. Blowouts are way more common than, I guess what you'd call them, disputed matches. And it just shows you about the level of competition that's out there, you know, because these are all world-class arm wrestlers. Just to give you some table setting here, I revamped Oleg's chart. I don't know if you watched the Irakli one, I had a different Excel chart. This is what Oleg's looks like. It's both of them are 2 pages long, and according to user comments, we added some extra parameters that we're going to study. So pay attention, and if there's other stuff that needs to be covered that we don't cover, why, you know, put something in the comments. Please be nice. There's really no reason to be rude and disrespectful on a YouTube account, especially if you got a fake profile name. All right, 6 super matches. He leads us to, this is the super matches section. In case I missed something, we'll come back. When it comes to rounds, again, the nomenclature here is weird. It's called a super match. Each section of the super match is not, a super match is not a collection of matches. A super match is a collection of rounds. Best of 6 super match is 6 rounds. It's not 6 matches. So I would have named it a series, arm wrestling series, super series, arm series, bicep series, wrist finger series, something. And then each series would be a collection of matches. Each match would then be broken down by a round. each round being a start. But the scoreboards are already up, as you saw here. Let me get you on there. It's a best of 7, and we are at round 4 when you did those shenanigans. So it's not my nomenclature, we'll stick with it. Anyways, when it comes to rounds, he is 16 wins, 8 losses. And of these 16 wins, we'll put over here, 2 were forfeits. They were Angerbayev, okay? Oh, this is something new. Within these rounds, when it comes to, we'll do this. He also has 4 wins and 4 losses for flash pins, okay? What's the definition of flash pins? I decide. It's my statistics channel, I decide. But I think we would all readily agree. If you hit and go right to the pad with no counter, no bouncing, no surging, just boom, we're calling that a flash pin. The definition might change as we get on. So far, we've done 2 statistics videos. Okay, so what is it, 16? Out of these 24 rounds, this is something that's interesting. 19 were in the straps, okay? 3 were no straps. So straps are very popular when you're pulling Mr. Oleg. That would look something like whatever this. This is no straps, and these are straps. Okay, so if Oleg's on your, if you're a bounty hunter going after Oleg, get your strap game up. The boy gets into the straps a lot. Okay, so with only 3 no strap matches, we're really not gonna analyze those too much, but well, I'll just give you the statistics for it anyways. Okay, on the near side, which would be the buckle side if you have a strap. Near side with straps, he is 6 wins, 5 losses. So he's about even. With no straps, he's 1 win and 0 losses. Now, the sample size of 3 is so small, don't read anything into that. But on the near side, to be honest, what is that, 11? 11's too small to make any broad comparisons, but he's running 50-50 on there. On the far side, which this is the side where you face the ref, okay? Your palm and your face are facing the ref. He is 5 wins and 3 losses, and 2 wins without the straps, 0 losses, okay? Before you start saying the buckle matters, you gotta account for there's a bias to the table side. Just facing the ref without straps, there's a bias there. But we're not gonna jump into that on this particular meeting because the sample size is too small. Here is something that was not asked, but I am adding. Let's see if I can draw this. What's that look like to you? If you guessed a chicken, you're correct. Chicken fouls. I don't know what I've heard various podcasters and stuff call them various other things. He pulls out 8 of those out of these 24 rounds. That's where you get in a bad position and you purposely foul and you don't get penalized. You get the foul, but that's just it. Was there anything to go? I think that's it. All right. I'm gonna need more room. Or maybe not. I think I can squeeze the rest of it in here. All right, matches. All right, so rounds are the parents of matches. He has 71 matches out of the 24 rounds, okay? So the 74 matches out of the 24 rounds leads to 3+ matches per round. So if you get into a round with him, count on average, over 3 starts. If you remember from the Irakli video, we'll put Irakli in a different color. Irakli was less than 2 matches per round. All right, so Irakli is far more, he's less contentious than Mr. Oleg is. Or Irakli just arm wrestled nicer people. It's hard to make any justifications there. Oh, I should have done this. Okay, these were Iraklis. Irakli was 10 out of 13 blowouts. All right, back to matches. Okay, now we're getting into some more interesting stuff. Out of his matches, he did 43 top rolls, 3 hooks, and he pressed 2 times. So prepare for a top roll, and his top roll is pretty sweet. It's one of the best out there. His top roll is really, really good. Also, he had 40 matches that were in the strap and a ref grip. He had 23 matches in just the ref grip. He had 3 just plain strap matches and 3 free grips. So, you know, you got 40, 23, that's 63 out of 71 where the ref set them. I almost think that in the future, a big league like this will probably just move to every match starts in a ref grip. You could almost argue that every match starts in the straps pretty soon, but probably not. There's a few free grip people out there, but both Irakli and Oleg love the straps. You got to have your strap game on. Okay. Ready goes. This is where I judge who wins the ready go. It's a, I don't know what you call it. It's highly influential. It's kind of hard to decide. I usually base it on I go frame by frame, and when the ref's hands start moving, I look to see if your hand moves or if your shoulder moves, some kind of movement in it before the other guy does. It's not an exact. If you went through the same match as I did, you would come up with different results. But generally speaking, he won the go 23 times. He lost it 4 times, and I couldn't tell on 25 times. On 25 times, it was a question mark. Okay? Irakli was 27 wins, 10 L's, and 43 ties or indeterminate. Based on this, I would say when it comes to speed or power, you know, whatever, I would say Oleg is greater than Irakli. So this is how, hopefully, these statistics, or sadistics, whatever you call it, start paying out, all right? You can compare Irakli's a top roller, Oleg's a top roller. Oleg's faster than Irakli. My guess would be Oleg probably wins that match. I don't know. Styles make matches, all that kind of stuff. But we're in the early stages here of trying to play Moneyball with arm wrestling, which is what hopefully we get to. If you haven't seen the movie Moneyball with Brad Pitt, go watch it. I don't like baseball. It's a baseball movie. I think baseball is one of the most boring sports ever. But that movie's pretty funny. Not funny. That movie's pretty good. And it's funny. There's a great scene in there about trying to get Andy from Parks and Recreation to play first base. It's hilarious. Okay, enough of this stuff. Y'all got this? I'll put it in the description. Let's look at how all this shakes down. All right, I'm gonna change the camera back over so that you're looking at a screen. I'm gonna put you on that screen, and we're not gonna be looking at those shenanigans. Well, eventually. I did Irakli and Oleg because those are probably my two likely upcoming opponents. But now that this one's done, we will start doing more of the celebrity arm wrestlers. A lot of you guys have sent me suggestions, and we will get to them. All right, right off the bat, we're gonna close this stuff out. Okay, this is Oleg. Remember, 43 top rolls out of 71 matches. This is Oleg versus David. David, I see it written all at different times. Dadikin, East First West 13. This is Engin's channel. Make sure you give him some love. I gotta make sure you're looking at that. All right. So let's exit out of here. Let's make it big. And now it's playing. Okay. Strap, ref grip strap. That's the bulk of it. Remember, he had 40 matches that were strap and ref grip. So this is just one of them. Now, this guy was very hard for me to top roll. Well, very hard, impossible. And Oleg just takes him to school. I really liked pulling David. Man, I like that guy. Actually, I like both these guys. But I had a very enjoyable time pulling Dadikin. Anyways, let's go back. Ref's doing his business. One thing you notice when you watch all these matches is all refs do ref script differently, man. That was almost simultaneous. There was really no pause between the fingers closing. But we'll let it go full speed now. Boom, bam, there you go. Just a classic top roll, right? Weight on the elbow, full hand. Crinkled up, he's got David's fingers crinkled up. So he hit hard enough back that in order to protect his flexion, he had to like squeeze up them fingers like he's squeezing a gripper. You notice that? That's how good that guy's top roll is. And they battle, gets the hand, and surges down. The surge probably wasn't necessary, but just a good, classic, textbook top roll. Like I said, the guy top rolls all the time. Well, not all the time, but 40 out of 71 times he top rolls. 43 out of 71. This is Oleg and Marcio Barbosa. Okay, East First West 11. This is Oleg top rolling no matter what the situation is. If you both top roll, he top rolls. This is how dedicated he is. He is a true believer in the church of top roll. So, look at this. Strap, ref script. All right, they're closing. This ref's a little different. See, that's fully closed, and now he's looking up at that. The other ref just had them closed almost at the same time. The reffing, you can't blame the refs, but the reffing is just, it's not consistent. All right, close that. Boom. Marcio shoots in for a hook. He's fast now. I would never go across the table at a top roller, but he is so dedicated to top rolling. Even though he has a hook, he's going to top roll in this hook position. Now, it is Marcio and Marcio's elbow and Marcio's elbow pad. They just have a fleeting acquaintance. It's more of a one-night stand. So don't pay too much attention to that, but pay attention to how dedicated he is into the top roll. Boom. All right. He didn't hook. He didn't go. He went in, you know, he wasn't going to do. This is funny. This match was interesting to watch. If you guys go back and watch it on your own, or if you guys don't trust my statistics and you're saying, you're all wrong about the buckle. In order to prove the buckle matters, you got to eliminate all the matches that end in 0, or you got to eliminate all the matches that the Gemini pulled Sagittarius, or blah, 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 blah. But anyways, what happened here was they called a foul on him. Oleg thinks he's got 2 fouls. He says 1. I think, okay, let me go back and look at this because I'm pretty sure, I think on this one, I made a comment on my notes. Marcio Barbosa, credit him with the flash bin. Yeah, I think I wrote down what this match is at 19. Yeah. I don't know if you can see this. I think the refs lost count of warnings and fouls because I think Marcio fouled more than once by then. But reffing is as reffing does, and you know, we're mostly in it for the t-shirts. We're not in it for the whole win versus loss record. All right, let's go to, all right, the baddest man ever to arm wrestle and the future baddest man to ever arm wrestle. Again, this is John Brzenk and Oleg, East First West 5, Engen Terzi Enigma Arranged channel. Go see there. This is, this is beating him. This is, okay, so we saw 2 matches that kind of generalize how Oleg pulls. It was very hard to generalize how to beat Oleg because only John and Devin did it. And both of those guys, you know, have the voodoo they do, and it's kind of hard to duplicate it. What I think they both have in common is, I think to beat a top roller, you out top roll them. And then once you've out top rolled them and stopped losing, you then transition into something that you're more comfortable with. So straps, ref grip, or no, this is just straps, not a ref grip. Okay. So Oleg top rolled, John's top rolling Oleg, and you can already see that John is so good at his top roll. We're going backwards. Boom, 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 boom. There's Oleg hitting. John stops the downward pressure, and when John starts pronating back, now Oleg's wrist came back a little. My wrist comes back a little, I don't care. But these true blue, fully committed top rollers do not like their wrist going backwards. They hate it. So John out top rolled him. He transitions to a press. I don't like top rolling against a press, but as far as top rolling against a press, nobody does it better than John does. So John's just top rolls, top rolls, top rolls, top rolls, top rolls, top rolls, top rolls. Oleg, he's pressing, but he's not tall enough to press on the far side of the pegs. He needed to be on his side of the pegs, but he's fully committed to it. John is fully committed to just maintaining that top roll. And this is what typically happens. The hands loosen up a little bit. Now John moves over. Okay, John stopped. He didn't lose, and then boom. Typical John. God, I love watching that man. I dread the day I got to do this guy's statistics. When I do his statistics, I'm actually going to take account on how long it takes to set up the matches because this match was painful to watch. Anyways, this is the other 50% of the people who beat Oleg. It's Devin Lorette, East First West 15. This is for the title match. Now, at this point, I'm not reading too much into it, but I think Devin just wore that poor boy down. His heart did not look into it. It was kind of a messy match. John and Oleg had a war, and the refs were very influential in the war that John and Oleg had. The refs were not so much influential in this match, but Devin's game just, I mean, it took a lot of the drive out of him. And I believe this was this in America? I think this was in America, which might have sucked a little life out of him too. Because if this was in Florida, it was hot in there. Anyways, enough of that background talk. You guys don't need to hear that in 10 years when you're watching this. You're not going to care. This is, Devin's hand is just huge compared to Oleg's. And if we get in here, you'll see the size of their thumbs. I mean, it's like Oleg's thumb Oleg's thumb's like that size and Devin's thumb is like this size. Devin just completely controlled this match, controlled it and dominated it. I think Devin could have almost done anything he wanted. And he did. He's quite the showman. He's constantly talking to him. He's doing his best to ignore it. You know? All right, ref script strap. I guess we could have saw their thumb size. Did you see how those fingers closed almost at the same time? Boom. Devin just top rolled him from the beginning. Just swallows his top roll. You know, John's got a good top roll, but Oleg was able to hit Devin offset. I don't think Devin was ever in danger of losing or even in the losing side. Now, that's interesting. Devin, of course, Devin did a big weight cut for here, but Devin's going press to press, and it almost looks like he had a harder time at it than John top rolling to his press. If it was me, I would pull more like Devin than like John did, but they go press to press. Now Devin knows he has him, you know, but oh, he's coming back. Look at that. That guy's got some brute, man. That's some grit to hang on to there. Now Devin's talking to him and just swallows him at this point. Yeah. I think he chicken fouled out of that. But not much to learn. Not much footage on beating the guy because he blows out most of his matches. But John out top rolled him. Devin out top rolled him. John and Oleg are close to the same size. So John's hands obviously bigger than Oleg's, but that was a more even match. Devin's hand size just completely swallowed Oleg's. All right, that's number 2. We will start doing your requests for statistics now. The super heavyweights is what everybody wants to see. And to be honest, I'm kind of interested in it too. All right, tell me what you think. If you want to argue that I did my statistics wrong, but you're not willing to do your own statistics and publish it, I'm not going to give you a whole lot of my time. But if you say I did my statistics wrong and then you go and do yours and publish it so we can compare the two, that's fine. I don't mind comparing math to math, data to data. What I don't want to do is compare my math and data to your metaphors, your allegories, your preconceived notions, and your beliefs and your feelings. All right, as always, call your mama if you can. Those of you who can't, call somebody and tell them you love them. Thanks, kids.